When I first heard the story of Arthur and Michael, obviously I thought it would make for an amazing movie. I was very excited about the opportunity to play the part of Michael, but then I realized how difficult and challenging it would be physically to make this film, because adventure racing is one of the most physically demanding sports in the history of sports. So excited, and then I realized, well, I'm a little older. It was too good an opportunity to pass up, that's for sure.
Arthur the King is an incredible true story of how a dog followed a professional athlete through mountains and many obstacles to find a home. Mark Wahlberg plays the real-life Michael Light, who encountered this very friendly dog, and the overall story was inspired by the writing of his book of what happened. Simu Liu, who we all know from Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and more recently, Barbie, sits down seemingly with the main pup in the film and talks on the development of the film and story.
I think I watched the ESPN mini doc that everyone did when the story broke, and it was, for anyone that has ever had dogs in their lives, and I was a dog lover my whole life, so it definitely resonated with me. Kind of just fell in love with the whole thing, and of course when I learned that they were making a movie about it, I was like, well, no surprise. It's an incredible story, it's inspirational.
What happened was Michael Leonard, who was a part of a Swedish adventure racing team where the track ranged to 435 miles through jungles and mountains, sharing a meatball with the pup beforehand, had him track Michael down later and ended up bringing him along his journey to complete the race. As they face rivers, illnesses, injuries, exhaustion, and some of the toughest terrain on Earth, Michael realizes he has formed a strong bond with the dog, now named Arthur.
I love the fact that it was a sort of really exciting, thrilling adventure story that basically gets derailed by a dog. And I think suddenly I hope the audience, and certainly Michael, the lead character, get totally diverted. It starts off as a film about the obsession of winning, and then it suddenly shows you that there are other ways to win.
It really is a story of a man's best friend and being loyal and finding hope in terms of Arthur. It didn't matter what task they took on, Arthur the dog was there. He swam alongside them while they kayaked down rivers, dragged himself up hills during hikes, and pulled through knee-deep mud during treks. Even when the team tried to get rid of him out of concern for his safety, he refused to leave.
I know a lot of people in LA in the influencer space, I think we all do. And I think one thing that we can all agree is that they're incredibly hardworking and they're incredibly resourceful. And, they've learned to be very self-reliant in a lot of things. So I tried to focus on that and base Leo's character on, he's ambitious and he's very good at what he does.
Being a stray, he sustained some injuries before running into Michael, but of course found him to be a safe place, hence why he was starting to follow him.
At the start of the movie and at the start of the race, he puts everything he has into it. He sort of gambles everything on coming first. It is a dog movie, and it is about how a dog sort of sees these people, a dog that is basically a homeless, destitute creature who's,
Going back to the actual film, of course, there were physical challenges for the film because of the setting. Wahlberg was asked how demanding the physical challenges were for the film, with his response being, to look like an endurance racer and to prepare for that training, I've never really done kayaking and cycling and stuff like that. You want to look the part, of course having the responsibility of getting it right. These are some of the toughest athletes I've ever seen. I really wanted to make sure we did Michael and his team, the adventure racers all over the world, justice.
We literally had to carry everything up. We had 3 cameras, we had all sorts of equipment. We had to carry everything up a very, very steep hill. And when you go on a zip line, you start at one end and you finish on the other. So to get to the other end, we had to send all the equipment, like you say, across the zip line. All the crew members would put on a helmet and just slide over.
But we wanted to turn this around to you guys. What are your thoughts on this movie, and what did you think about the overall story? Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications on for more videos just like this. That's it for today though. We'll see you all next time with a brand new video. Bye guys.
He kind of saw the dog, felt bad for him, threw a meatball, but not necessarily to feed the dog, but just to shoo him away. And the dog continued to follow him for hundreds of miles and went on this whole entire journey with him. We wanted to really push the envelope, but I think, parents will want their kids to see the movie because of the message behind it.